Welcome everyone to the Saturday night, late night show here, live from the heart of Europe. Continuing LLVM Rust updates and packaging here. As usual, ask me anything. Linux open source and surrounding stuff, hanging with the community, friends and family. Of course, the Rust build, of course, the Linux distribution build stopped at Rust, but that was because probably because my Rust version is in the system is too old. The usual stuff, the only constant is change and regressions. This is my 7-year-old in the making running release, not necessarily. I have here also another cloud server and stuff, so that is, yeah, I basically should not really work with that, but the usual win-win, improving our local Rust stuff here. Right, it's also the Rust update, right? But here also now checking the Rust version, then and not doing local Rust build. Anyway, compatibility and stuff. And so yes, it also means this is also super annoying stuff, right? Even a relatively new build. So the first main build error I hit was it unstable attribute, whatever, unstable, not supported here, or doesn't no effect here, or whatever. It's like, yeah, the Rust amazingment. Otherwise, I'm surprised, maybe, but don't quote me on that yet, and don't sue me if it doesn't work and stuff. I'm surprised maybe Rust and Mesa even built with latest LLVM. Sometimes that happens because either the LLVM previous video changes are not as incompatible, or they already had preparations in their source code. Of course, the thousands, if not 10,000 open source coders and eyes, hey, even freaking build. Don't expect that. So that I think that should use the freshly built LLVM version. Anyway, we will continue the build, we will know more in a minute. Also, we wanted to, I wanted to package some more additional stuff here. Let's see how smooth that goes, because we love developers and feature complete and state-of-the-art Linux stuff, namely, for example, both. So for that we simply think the usual. Let's do some packages. Let's LLDB maybe, LLDB. So what I do here is use one template to bold, I guess. What? Did it do that one? Oh, okay. LLDB. Oh, how many does it? Yeah, that is a good question. You can also copy the dependency cache stuff because it is likely quite similar. And then we mostly, of course, metadata information stuff. And the download. What? Oh, okay, this is, don't substitute that. No, what? No. Let me, too many keys and whatnot. So maybe, yeah, if this builds by default, we will see maybe more like, I guess, some people at Facebook of all crazy places. Theoretically, I could do that later. The question is, okay, this, maybe that, okay, this is not, so, yeah, if that is the best website, maybe not, but whatever, better than nothing, I guess. Better than totally wrong one. So did I not copy conf? Subversion prevented me from shooting myself into the foot, and that is also building. That is amazing. Should we? I mean, we could try to cross-compile that. Let's not sure what happens. What? Now we have bold and multiple. What the heck? We had that? What is bold then? Apparently that existed already. User space system name and security levels for Thunderbolt. Ah, darn it. Yeah, cool. That of course sucks. More. Recurring theme of name collision in the open source sphere. Jeez. Cheers. That sucks a bit. We could rename that then LLVM bold. So let's do that later. So like we prepared that. We could, we need to maybe LLVM bold. From the end user standpoint, I would agree that bold, except that end users don't usually care that much about Thunderbolt, but yeah. The question is, what does it install? Actually, is there an update? Let's divert it a little bit. Source update bold or odd. So maybe that isn't marked odd stable. Let's quickly. It's the usual win-win of why do I do this stuff and us the stuff at us aka our increasingly amazing T2 system development environment. Stuff is of course lots of stuff is automated. With our AI data package update bot, CV flex, but if that is not odd stable, like why do we even, okay, we mainly actually, maybe I should actually improve data because that is already odd. That is mainly for like every other year it will be odd, so yeah, theoretically our AI could actually update that. It's like somewhere like, or do I have here data somewhere? Also pro tip, to-do list file stuff, right? For future updates. Yeah, let's actually try that. Bold 095, and if that is, darn right. We probably should protect some of those somehow. Develop. Let's bold to LLVM. Bold. That is not yet completed, but oops. Just to get this update going here. The recurring win-win of unexpected findings here late at night, and so on. And if that only installs a daemon, okay, this does it have a cache? It has. Okay. Okay, it is simply called bold. Bold D. So that's what I thought. So maybe the super clever, I mean, they are always the recurring theme, right? They're not only a thousand, if not infinite ways, not only to roam, but solutions and stuff. But maybe a smart thing would be to rename that bold D for Thunderbolt daemon. Although it's like sometimes with D, sometimes with odd. Also, is this here even? This is also not super ideal. Actually, we probably want that completely F-list delete stuff here off. Do we have here some Pi stuff of... Getting a bit out of hand though. So does it need to be a full match? Oh, maybe it needs to be. Maybe it is enclosed and it's possible that this needs to be a full match. Actually interesting that this really is at the end of the path. Oops. Alright, also. Okay, why is this? Okay, this is a bit... Nah, maybe because the other's already Pi C. Maybe... Do we have here Pi C? Oh, we have here... Oh, Pi cache. Do we also have Pi C? Maybe we have... Maybe if this is in Python. That would actually be relatively smart. Pi C. I guess that would make sense. That is only Pi cache. Sorry, where's it? So this other stuff is coming along nicely. The usual stuff of an hour or two of make world, aka full system cross-compilation testing. Oops, what have we... What? Syntax error next... we just reverted that. Yeah, this didn't happen like a decade ago. This is some new thing, I guess, from the kind of errors I see. I would expect Bash since version 4 or stuff, like quite a while, like a decade. Memory maps is super annoying. You also get with new versions, of Bash from the last decade. You also can't, with most text editors, edit a executing shell script, or you can also not maybe bash run one that you have because text file busy but nah, whatever. Shell scripting implementation defines. Welcome everyone. Thanks for the Linux gods be with us. Cheers. And with you too. So what did we want? Bold. I mean, probably other, let's Arch, Bold, Thunderbolt, Package. And the thing is, we don't usually ship it by default. Okay, so they have that Bold. I mean, yes, this is the usual. I mean, we could regret this, but I would find LLVM Bold less handy, and nah, actually we could. Do they have, I mean, maybe other lesser distributions don't package that yet, because we are usually at the forefront of technology here. Ist Gen 2 noch zeitgemäß? Nein, of course, use T2. But, oh wait, I didn't, actually, this is why they didn't, Google didn't find Arch. I had LLVM and Thunderbolt. Yeah, I mean, we could regret this, but we don't ship Bolt by default, and we only probably recently, aka the last 12 months, probably packaged that. So, yeah, I could make a pull out of everything. Did I commit this already, or did I Bolt? Oh no. By the way, we could actually, let's rebuild that again. And actually, you know what, let me open the balcony door here to cool my Ryzen for a little bit more. As long as we have the last days of winter or whatever. Let's use some natural cooling. Okay, this PyCache is still in there. Should this not be? Ah, because it doesn't have a slash maybe? Okay, we could, good that we test that, because what we, I mean, this is a bit silly, not really sure. Also, I did this slightly wrong, although that should not have mattered the most here. Let's try that maybe again. I should probably also clean that up there, probably we don't need all, but I will do some dedicated Python testing stuff another day. Okay, that looks better. Because we knew we had some, I mean, this will not solve all of our Python cache nonsense stuff there, but at least make it better probably. Probably can. Yeah, something of that sort. Ah, and immediately you open the balcony door, you let some 10 or so weather, let's check that. Nothing like some ambient, 11 degrees natural cooling, that's how we do it here. And 3 of the 4 globally warmed seasons. So, do we have votes there? What's this room about? So yeah, we update previous video, latest versions, LLVM, Clang, friends and family, like LVDB, LLD. Yeah, bold is new. And Rust, test building Rust, right? So we're doing low-level open source, full stack, cool system, and supporting all freaking 30 architectures from ARM to RISC-V and of course x86 and stuff. So LLVM, Clang, friends and family, Rust, and new packages. So updates, test building with LLVM. Previous video, of course, nowadays the base of the foundation of lots of open source technology, and with that, Mesa 3D might fail. Although I saw that already earlier today when I used my last Spark 64 test build. That apparently is fine. To my surprise, usually the LLVM update breaks everything. This update appears to be minor ABI breaking, so far that looks good. Knock on wood. So, bold. Yeah, I could. Would it make? You know what? I don't need to commit that yet. I can also mine our bold and SVN move bold to bold. I mean, Thunderbolt D would make kind of sense. Other things is also named with D at the end. And I mean, it's not uncommon that different distributions of one of them, 1986, that are out there, name packages like even like HTTPD 2 or so, and like I guess decades ago everything was Apache, and then with Apache 2 some package that probably it's HTTPD, but I found this too generic, so in our T2 distribution, as far as I remember, we probably always kept the Apache name, because again HTTPD is like the witch of the dozens of those, right? So that is not that uncommon, and obviously it's our system, so we can do whatever we find reasonable. And then let's developer, let's bold of, yeah, also, yeah, I mean, given that very few people except ourselves previous video use Thunderbolt, external PCIe goodness stuff, it's always difficult. I mean, maybe it would even sense to package bold as Thunderbolt-D, but yeah. Naming, recurring theme, our love and hate relationship with open source package naming. So let's see what happens there with bold. Of course, cross-compiling that instantly fails. It's going on there. Maybe CMake top level does it. Or it needs to be simply built differently. No project command near. So maybe it needs to be built within at LLVM, or I mean either it needs to be built within. Maybe it needs to be built within LLVM tools, which would suck majorly. So nah. But we have other stuff to package, so might need more work. So what else did we? Also my fan. Oh, but what's going on? So MLR. What even is that? New stuff. I think maybe this. I read about this. Yeah, I guess that's a new project from Chris Lutner, who, of course, previously one of the founders of that. Novel approach of building reusable, extendable compiler infrastructure aims to address software fragmentation. Hey, exactly the stuff that we have also a love and hate relationship with. Welcome everyone. How can they add prefix, build user local as an argument passed to the configure script? Dash prefix. I think I saw your Discord message. Let's maybe do that later. I'm not really sure. Varapend conf opt. It doesn't look so bad what you do there, but the question is in which way that doesn't work. T2 in general doesn't like. I would need to read your Discord message later. But okay, so cargo also built. So yeah, this build then is functional so far, to my surprise, which also is amazing. I mean, at least the LLVM Clang Rust update part. So ML, let's go through here and other. I mean, so yeah, what you have there kind of sort of looks like it could work. Not sure. Maybe it's removed or collides with T2's prefix, or it is possible that T2 detects that the configure script doesn't look like it might detect it, and you can check the log. T2 would print removing unsupported option or so. There's also like not clear conf op whatever, something of that sort of settings, not to have T2 remove unsupported and likely incompatible options. It could be something of that sort. Developer, mkdir, ml, multi-level intermediate representation. Theoretically, by the way, you want to share, like, and subscribe probably for my microkernel dream and totally tiny low-level compiler and stuff. Basically, I want like obviously not supporting 99% of what LLVM does. Like, my also dream would be on parallel to my multi-server microkernel system to have like really tiny code generation, like think LuaJIT or so, just more portable and like basically, yeah, 1% of the features of just like LuaJIT, portable LuaJIT stuff is my defensive stuff of that sort, like a new extendable, reusable, tiny, multi-level intermediate representation that is not as humongous than this LLVM stuff. But share, like, subscribe, Patreon will fund me. Increasingly getting there, except at night, at midnight, updating open source packages. So let's copy that too. That was previously. Let's copy LLDB and see what happens then. MLIR disk cache ML cache and metadata later. Oops. Let's copy that. Or we could also copy some. Oops. As we are here already, you probably don't mind the 20 or so seconds of some metadata. Whatever. A little bit longish, but or I still need a X Emacs like reflow thing here, eventually in Vim. Oops. And if you don't know, you can in VI type a number like 77 and then delete left, right, whatever. Hope you enjoy this and learn something. 79. I used too many Mac keywords last week, so Chris Latner, not Apple anymore. Need to check that another day. And then 40. 40 was kind of right. So MLIR and maybe by default, not sure, did I? Okay, Bolt didn't build yet, so don't. Oh, that failed. Okay, rebuilding Rust failed. That is, of course, more. What's going on here? So yeah, 2023 and rebuilding requires size Clang item. Can't find. Okay, so something is not yet fully supported, or it might be LLVM unrelated. Yeah, so maybe something with our T2 unknown, not unknown, whatever. Need to. Let's see what happens with. I mean, it's partially built. Maybe this is cross compilation, bootstrap, marginality to be tackled later. It was previously with the previous Rust version also already somehow not perfect anymore. Recurring theme of later at midnight at home. Let's see what happens with MLIR. And that is not the only stuff, right? How many? 30? Yeah, 30 minutes live stream here. And did I click there or no? I didn't click. Where is here? MLIR. Okay, that did also not blend yet, but worry not. That might be CMake module. So that needs, as previous video today, what did we do? Which one did need that now? Was it Clang or yeah? And others. So oops. Let's hope that is enough to. Yeah, we can't do that easily in. Oops. I mean, we could make it in one very long line, but yeah. Okay, stuff is building. What's going on here? We also need to add this to the desk. Yeah. What else? There was at least one more, which is OpenMP. OpenMP and Poly. ML. Okay, so don't tell me everything. It's Linux. No, this is somehow. Darn. The two builds influenced each other. That's not. You shouldn't parallelly build stuff like that at home. So develop also mkdir OpenMP, I believe, and Poly. LLVM Poly of polyhedral optimizations. I only wonder, can you even build that independently, or loop and data? It's not. It sounds like it should be more. I wonder if you need to build that within get and install, or can you? No, you can apparently. Or can you not? LLVM project. Guess. We try it. We will. Okay, this is cross-compiling, so maybe cross-compiling doesn't. Yeah, new package, new stuff, complexity. Might be cross-compiling, might be that we can. I mean, we could even try that actually when we LLVM stuff, and if we unlock that there, let's see if it cross-comp. What's it be? Yeah, let's see what happens. May or may not do something. So that is a native toolchain step for the cross bootstrap. May or may not fix it. Of course, we would later need to YOLO, aka wire, using that table gen tool for the cross compile step. Probably they have an LLVM option for that. First, I would be interested to know whether it even freaking builds TM at all. So poly open. Did we not open MP? Apparently we did. So LLDB again to open MP. And let's do poly while at it. So some of those, not so great, some of this mono repository stuff. It is always possible we package here some stuff and then it doesn't. It was poly with two poly. It's always possible that you can't build it freestanding. It's super annoying. And in my opinion, if it is a core part of LLVM, it should be in LLVM and not some independently unusable package. But most of the time, unfortunately, upstream people don't ask me each time. Yeah, some of this metadata if you're the author and that triggers you, that needs someone else than Chris Lutner, but another day. And let's see what happens here. Do we have a website for that? And we have, can we also load it? Zero job France. And welcome everyone. So poly and whatever. Poly, wait, did I say poly? I meant OpenMP. Did I? Although there's always a possibility. I think my Firefox only copy and paste every second time because Wayland is so. Poly and OpenMP and then see what's going on with them. But MLIR still freaking builds TM. My poor Ryzen being tortured. Yeah, I started my Tmax wrong, so whatever. But this is MLIR. So yeah, this is not 100% done, right? There's only so much I can do every day and night and midnight and stuff. So I commit this just to. Gee, we could. No, we can't. Yeah, this is accurate enough. So I commit this already to have it mostly done. I mean, it probably, so it might actually fully build natively and cross toolchain. The only thing that probably needs at least one option binding is the cross compile table gen thing, but yeah, oops, another day. So does it probably, that was MLIR. So usually I kinda made the mistake of generating that from, or copying that. Maybe this wasn't the super smartest thing. Because now we don't have the text. I believe usually the syntax we use is this. Usually our commit script generates it. But yeah. So OpenMP poly, let's do the same thing here for what does poly do. But and again, it may not be the design to build like this. Welcome Singo, Chan. Sorry for a stupid question. Learning kernel. The following months fundamentally good. One if could give some advice for job searching as beginner. I would guess look around in your country that you are. There might be often embedded or other cloud ISPs. But kernel dev usually like at least medium, if not larger size companies. Someone with no previous work experience get a job as a kernel dev. Probably have at least some, like if you want references, and at least submit something upstream, and then you can say like, hey, I fixed this and that bug in the Linux kernel, or I added this new feature, and so on and so on. So like, or GitHub history of your changes and so on. Just contribute to open source and use this contributions as your reference. x86, IAM log, poly. What's going on here? Maybe CMake, maybe not. LLVM file check. Where is it? Found. What's doing here? Please set LLVM file check. Where's the past plugins? Okay, so I guess LLVM is not going to be found. Please set LLVM. So yeah, maybe I'm not yet entirely sure. Then what we could do is, and even for this there are multiple possibilities. We could did I build the other one? Not. OpenMP. We have two main possibilities, and again the possibilities are endless, probably 1,000 ways, maybe a dozen major ones. And so for example, if it's only useful as an LLVM path thing, the easy thing would be to add this download to LLVM and enable it there, like either with the T2 config options or just always, if it makes sense. Another thing is we have the concept of other packages extending others, so theoretically we could wire it up so that we have a poly package, and only if it is selected, it's hooking into the LLVM build and then adding that download and configuration enablement there. I need to see what is the most useful there. So is this a CMake config option? Okay, it wants LLVM lit. So I don't have the latest in-system LLVM build, so maybe that would otherwise build if we would have. So that would be something to determine later. But that is also why I usually have working copies. But you always have to try out to find out whether it works or not. Create error for x86-64, 173 to go epic thread ripping through that stuff. It's kind of, so yeah, we added, did we add bold? Did a bold build? I guess we could add that if it built. Did we add that already? Oh no, we didn't add this yet. I remember we added some other thing, whatever that was. Do they even have any bold or representation? I mean, theoretically, we could even, like, share, like, subscribe, Patreon, GoFundMe, all the other good stuff, YouTube membership, and OnlyFans. We could hook this up into the T2 build system and have all the binaries automatically optimized, theoretically. But not today. And share, like, and subscribe. So for that we would need to commit bold and D. Bold D. It's probably fine. Famous last words. Because then we can commit this thing here, which is that. And yeah, just continuing developers, and at the leading edge and forefront of open source technology live here on this channel. Okay, just while we are talking, Mesa, there might be a Vulkan update. So this is also I mean, it looks like it does build. Even Mesa, it built for Spark 64. So, I mean, it is always possible that some drivers didn't enable for Spark 64 and AMD GPU fails, but so far it looks surprisingly good. So it usually doesn't happen. So usually when we major update LVM, even freaking build TM, like, yeah. And you have that already, right? Don't delay, try T2 playing along, emerging, the state-of-the-art open source packages on your T2 system at home along. And so yeah, that build, we are nearly through then there, except maybe, yeah, so one last major thing, generic Rust build breakage. By the way, I slightly wonder the previous version of Rust didn't build a local cargo version, even when asked to do so appropriately. And it still doesn't. It should be in toolchain, so yeah, there is it. That's not ideal for bootstrapping. To make sure stuff actually builds in all variants and flavors. But details. So I think there was one last thing which was also talking I forgot about already. Did we build? We committed bold. Right, Vulkan header. Because sometimes, so they often, I have the impression, release Vulkan headers first for some reason. For that reason. And I found that often the Vulkan loaders do not, why does this not, or maybe no prefix, whatever, okay, whatever. Often the Vulkan loaders didn't build for me with unmatching version of Vulkan headers. So sometimes I updated Vulkan headers and Vulkan loaders didn't build anymore and stuff, and you only relays later. Okay, this is maybe the reason why this didn't. So I guess it's the best to always wait. As this is, you see, there is a version. And it's usually the best for this package to wait some days. Actually, do we yeah, I probably Vulkan loaders. Yeah, Vulkan headers and loader. Yeah. So yeah, there's 43. You see, 43 exists. The recurring theme. Why they don't release that on the same day is beyond me, but that's how they're doing it. Let's maybe quickly test build those two here in our build there. Oh wait, oh, this is the wrong version. So it looks like it may have apparently potentially... Okay, is this already apparently built then? Oops. But often it doesn't, so... Latest Vulkan stuff in T2. I mean, should we play it super safe? You know what, let's do 3. And maybe I invent a syntax. Probably we need some check version group also for all the ALSA stuff, so that data like atomically commits not all the ALSA updates in single individual updates, and then something might be out of sync and doesn't build. Or especially all this LVM stuff, right? Ideally, data today updated some to 16, which some may have built or whatever, over even untested. So ideally, all the LVM friends family, one atomic update. Those 2 Vulkan packages, one atomic update, and the ALSA, there might be also a couple of more packages. So yeah. That's probably really that in then for tonight. Another good 45 minutes, probably good time to hang out with users, answer support questions, and in general have fun at the machine. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Why is my load so low? Why is yeah, right, GoScript. There is so much to do, right? Except writing my imaginary vaporware microkernel, which need to maintain my Linux distribution for word domination and stuff, and a tiny low-level code generation stuff. But there's also still so much relatively important cross-compile stuff to improve. So not only LIR, but I know from previously some months ago, I wanted to cross-compile not only Samba, which previously cross-compiled previous video, but Guten print of open source print drivers, and also cross-compiled in ugly, annoying ways. Anyway, so yeah, so much to do, fixing other stuff to cross-build. You get the idea. Let's wait a second for more builds while I add some merge here. I wish I could save this merge, but now we can't. And so Linux code, there you go. Oh, also Avasi Lipsifel. No. Okay, we found the regression. Oh wait, this is also... Is this not totally wrong? Why is this such... Oh wait, 17 did... Oh, it's not necessarily totally wrong. Lipsi. No, this is actually... Okay, this broke. Thank you very much. Its only constant is change. And regressions. Do we have this as cup for your disk? I guess another day. x86 var of what's going on here? Check symbols. What is it freaking doing here? TM. This looks like silly. This looks like some predefined test that it compiles. This looks not expected, so not sure what else is broken, but that looks totally harmless. So thank you very much for that. Need to tackle that tomorrow. Something you want to share, like, and subscribe for even more regressions, patches, fixes, tests, and updates. So that's it for this video. Have a good day or night, and I hope to see you soon for all these other fixes, updates, new packages, microkernel and code generation fun to come. Yeah, just don't have that. Obviously, tune.